shares, right? These are ways in which the business can source for capital. So when we talk about capital gearing, it's only talking about the extent of debt that the business is relying on, or the extent of shares that the business is relying on in terms of equity. So if the business is relying mostly on ordinary shareholders, that means it's equity. But if the business is relying on debt, we're talking about debentures or ordinary shares or preference shares. Because these two dividends for debentures, interest has to be paid. For ordinary or for preference shares, dividend has to be paid. Do you understand what I'm saying there? But if it is ordinary shares, it's the shares of the owners of the company. So putting money into the business is not going to be like a debt. It's not a debt, it's an equity. Do you get the difference between equity and debt? Debt is a form of what you have to pay back, which debenture is. It's a long-term loan. You have to pay it back. We wouldn't see private shares as equity because it does not belong to the owners of the business. It's for the investors. Debenture holders, private shareholders are also investors. So it's just like they are giving money to the business which they want to get back. Do you get the debt? So we will consider debentures and private shares as debt. We will consider ordinary shares as what? Equity. Do you get the difference? Do we get it or not, please? Are you here? When we talk about capital gearing, the extent at which the business is relying on equity and debt for its capital structure, that is capital gearing. The extent at which the company is relying on debt, such as debentures and preference shares, and equity, which is what? Ordinary shares. The extent at which the business is relying on them, it's what we call capital gearing. Is it clear now? Yes. What is the formula for capital gearing? So for capital gearing, it is total debt, which is for equity, for your preference shares, and plus debentures. Are you divided by total capital employed? Total capital employed. Multiply by 100. Do we get it? Do you get it? This is the total debt in terms of equity, in terms of debentures and preference shares, which we call the fixed capital. Do you understand? So this is what our total fixed capital, which is preference shares and debentures, divided by the total capital employed, which will include the debt and the equity. The debt is the preference shares and the ordinary shares, the preference shares and the debentures. The equity is the ordinary shares. Multiplied by 100. This is our debt of capital gearing. So what do we need this for? We want to know how high our gearing is or how low our gearing is. Is it clear? So let's consider the balances of these companies, company A, B, C, and company X, Y, Z. It has 12.5% debentures, 8% preference shares, ordinary shares for this, retained earnings, general reserve, foreign exchange reserve. Already we know what a foreign exchange reserve is. The amount of money you are keeping that is basically foreign currencies for transactions outside the country. Your general reserve, the amount of money you have kept that you could use for expenses or whatever you need to use it for. Or most of the time, maybe you have to pay dividends to your shareholders and you don't have enough profits to take it from it. Retained earnings, the income you made that you are keeping into the business. Ordinary shares, that means you sold shares to the owners of the business. Preference shares to other investors. Debentures, a long-term loan that you have taken from a company. I think they are clear. All these are what total capital employed. Total capital employed. Do you get it? So the total capital employed in this business is $1,100,000. $1,100,000 in dollars. So company A, B, C, and company X, Y, Z they both have the same capital employed. But do they have the same gearing? We have to check. Do you understand? So the extent at which the gearing will go will be based on how they rely on the debt and how they rely on equity. Do you get it? They both have the same capital employed. Stop right on this. They both have the same capital employed, but their gearing will be based on how they rely on debt or how they rely on equity. Is it clear? So look at it now. We have the formula for capital gain. So we do for company A. Capital gearing. Company ABC, right? Which is the fixed capital, which is private shares and debentures. Private shares and debentures for ABC have 50 plus 100, that's 50 plus 100. These are the debts we have for ABC. Do you get it? These are the debts we have for ABC. So we have 50 plus 100 over, all these are capital employed, total. So we have this, we have 50 plus 100 plus 500 plus 200 plus 250, right? Multiplied by 100. All are capital employed. Debt plus what? Equity. Debt, equity. Ordinary shares and equity. All these are part of the business. So it does not belong to other people or the business. Do you get it? Do you get it? Yes. Okay. So we have 150 over 150, 640.
1,100.
Yeah, 1,100. Yeah. 1,100 multiplied by 100. What does it give you? 0, 0, 0, 0. We have 150, right? Divided by 11. What does it give you? Okay. 13.66 or 16%. That is for company ABC. So do for XYZ. Capital gearing XYZ. So what's the total debt? 310 plus 390. So we have 310 plus 390 over 1,100 multiplied by 100. Do you get it? So we have 0, 0. So let's do it here. Let's do it this way. 0, 0. So we have 310, 390, that's 700, right? 700 over 1,100 multiplied by 100. 0, 0, 0, 0. So we have 700 over 11. So what is 700 divided by 11? 63.6%. So let's check now. Here, it is what? A low gearing. The percentage is less. But here, what the percentage is high. So we say here, high gearing, and here, low. Low gearing. So what did I tell you earlier? I said, why does this company have a low gearing and this company has high gearing? You check, XYZ. XYZ has, is depending most on what? Debt. Do you get it? It depends most on what? Debt. That means because you depend on debentures and private shares, you are having more debt. So your gearing ratio will be what? High. Will be high. Because we said gearing ratio is what? It measures the relationship between the long-term borrowing of a company and the equity. The relationship between the long-term earning of a business and equity. The long-term earnings are this. This is the debt of the business, which is so much. Yes or no? The debt is, look at for ABC, the debt is, it's relying only on 150, and here it's 700. Look at the exit. Do we get it? So the more borrowings you do, the more you rely on debt, the more your gearing will be. The less you rely on debt, the less your gearing will be. They both have the same capital employed. But what happens? Because this company relies mostly on what? Debt. That this company, its gearing ratio is high. Do we understand? So for capital gearing, what do we you need to know about it is the extent. It measures the rate at which we borrow in terms of debt and equity. Is it clear? So look at it. It measures the relationship between the long-term borrowing, which is a private share, or